Hello students, welcome back to another video of SS. Today we are going to study chapter number 10, Democracy in India. So let's get started. Now students, you know that our country, India, is a democratic country. A government is a group of people who are responsible for making laws and taking care of the affairs related to the governance of the country. There are many types of governments in the world, and India has a democratic form of government. Okay, so we study about it. Now, students, first of all, we will study the features of the democracy. Now, students, which things are included in the democracy? First is right of the people to elect their leaders, right of the people to express their views on the policies of the government, equality and justice. Now, students, first of all, what is the meaning of democracy? Democracy is a government which is formed by the people, for the people, and of the people. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Okay. Now, students, right of the people to elect their leaders means democracy is a system of the government in which people have the power to elect their representative. Elect means, students, to choose someone by voting. And by voting in the elections, they can select their representatives. Elections is a process when people vote for someone to represent them, especially in the government. Okay, so students, by the elections, we can select our own leaders. That right we all are having. So, all the citizens of India who are 18 years and above have the right to vote. And it is known as universal adult suffrage. What it is known as? Universal adult suffrage. So those who are above the age of 18 years, they have a right to vote in the elections, and it is known as universal adult suffrage. Now students, as the people have a right to elect their leader by giving a vote in the elections, so if the government will not perform their duties properly or satisfactorily, people can remove them also from the power. But how they can remove it? They can remove them by not voting for them in the elections for the next time. Okay. So students, this is the right of the people to elect their leaders. Now the next which we are going to study, that is the right of the people to express their views on the policies of the government. Now students, democracy allows the people the right to express their feelings. Means all the citizens of the country, they have a power to express their feelings without fear. That is why they have the freedom of speech and expression. And it is a freedom of speech and expression, means whatever they want to speak, they can speak in the government. They can express their views to the government. And student, a very most important part of it is criticism. Criticism is a statement that shows that you think something is wrong or bad. Criticism is a statement that shows that you think something is wrong or bad. So students, criticism is also necessary to keep a government in check. Okay, means criticism is necessary for the government to work for a betterment of the people, so that government will work better for the people of the country. And criticisms helps the government to work in a better and proper way. Students, people participate in the process of governance by keeping a watch on the functionings of the government. Means whatever the work is done by the government, People used to keep the watch on it, and they have a right to express their views on the working of the government. If they are not satisfied with the working of the government, so for that, people express their displeasure by staging rallies, taking out processions, and shutting down shops and other business in a city or a state. So there are different ways in which people can show their criticism about the government. Now student, next feature we will study, that is a equality and justice. Now student, democracy is committed to equality and justice. Okay, these are the key features of the democracy, equality and justice. In a democracy, all people are considered equal. In addition, all the laws in the democracy must be fair to the people of the country. The value of each vote in the democracy, the value of each vote is counted as one. In addition, all the laws in the democracy must be fair to the people of the country. Means there should not be any injustice with anybody in the country. So students, all the features which we had discussed, right of the people to elect their leaders, right of the people to express their views on the policies of the government, and the third one, equality and justice. All these three key features of the government of the democracy, they are followed by the democratic government of India. Now students, do you know that the definition of democracy is given by whom? Yes, the definition of democracy is given by Abraham Lincoln. The United States of America is one of the largest democracies in the world. And Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States of America, defined democracy as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So that is a democracy. Okay, I hope students you had understood up to this much. Now student, next thing is the Constitution of India. India has a written constitution which contains the rules and certain ideas that define the state of India and give it a special character. It also contains the laws on how India is to be governed. Now students, this Constitution of India, actually it was formed on 26th January 1950. And this Constitution of India, it is in a written form, and it is having the rules and certain ideas that define the state of India, and it gives special character, and it also contains the laws on how India is to be governed. It is also told by the Constitution of India. Now student, India is a land of diversities, you know already. Okay, and therefore one central government cannot govern the entire nation. The Indian Constitution had adopted a federal structure. Federal structure means relating to a system of government in which power is distributed between the center and the states. Now student, one more thing I want to tell you here, important thing, that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he was the chairperson of the drafting committee of Indian Constitution. Okay, and this Constitution of India, it was completed by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Now students, we will discuss about the federal structure of the government. The Constitution of India provides for the government that works through three levels: central government, state government, and local self-government. Now student, these three levels of the government, they have the power. Now the power is shared between the union, means central government, and the state government. The Constitution of India is the source of power for both the governments. Students, central government, it is in the center of our country, that is the New Delhi, the capital city of our country. And state government is in every state. Okay. So central government is in the New Delhi and state government is in the every state. I hope students you had understood up to this much. So that's all for today. Remaining part we will continue in the next video. Till then, have a good day and a good health. Thank you.